Most make predictions and then never admit they're wrong. Yeah, that's not Mackie and Judd. This is the place where we just totally own our horrible predictions.
Write this down.
And eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Write that down.
It's Write That Down.
Write it down. You like writing things down.
With Mackie and Judd.
And hello. Welcome to the most innovative segment in all of sports media.
Hello,
the
friend.
only show in America that actually puts statistics next to our predictions. That's funny. Especially during like NFL draft season and NHL, NBA playoff season, I love to watch the morning national shows and get the vibe of what's happening and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. The amount of predictions that these guys make. The Greenies of the world, friend of the show, by the way, Mike Greenberg. The Stephen A. Smiths, all these guys making multiple millions of dollars a year. And they make these predictions. Like today, he's going around the room. Who wins? Warriors, Lakers. Who wins? Game. He's going like Legler, Jay
Right.
Will, whoever else was in the room, right? Zach Lowe. And they make
Right.
their predictions. And then whether they're right or wrong, no one knows. The predictions just float. Stephen A. Smith was once incorrect on 7 consecutive NBA Finals matchups. Not like before the season, who do you think is going to win? But like, okay, it's going to be the Miami Heat versus the San Antonio Spurs. Who you got? Mm-hmm. And he incorrectly picked it 7 straight years. Goes to show you that being right doesn't really matter, I guess, in the sports talking head industry, and no one keeps track of your predictions except for us on this show.
It did, at least with Stephen A. get brought to light, though, that he was on an 0 for 7 streak, because at some point in time it became so bad. But the problem with doing what we do is the potential repercussions for like a accountability session that we had last week, where I was, let's just say, I think I'm on double secret Hubbard probation. Okay.
You heard this playing in your sleep the whole week.
Well, let's just say I think there were some folks not pleased when they realized that I might just be a prediction fraud.
Like upper management.
I just don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it, but it was pretty embarrassing. It brought a lot of questions about my.
Did Bessler come find you?
It was very. You know what? It was very Correa-like. In fact, I told Dave Bessler, I said, "I'd boo me too, Dave."
Is this like when Kwesi said with Kirk's contract, like, eventually hit an impasse, right? You take a break. You take a break on contract negotiations. Is this kind of the similar vein right here? Like we're taking a little break here.
A break from predictions, but there is no break.
No,
you
but
have to
no
make
break.
at least 3 again this week.
I got to come to the plate every Wednesday and face the music.
Yep.
Oh boy.
And those plate appearances, or in this case, snaps, because it's football centric, are presented by our friends at TCL. TCL is one of the world's best-selling consumer electronics brands with a new lineup of award-winning TVs, delivering the most entertainment with stunning resolution at an affordable cost. Learn more at TCL.com. Inspire greatness with TCL. So we've got a new layout here on the YouTube channel. As you can see, our graphics department has been hard at work. We appreciate that. We're going to try and pop up the rules on the screen here. Look at that. Executive producer doing executive things. So here's how it works. 3 Vikings or football-related predictions from everybody each week. They must be quantifiable. That's really the only set of rules. We keep track of completion percentage and touchdowns for the season and historically. And if you want to be a guest listener participant like Austin is about to, you can send us a message through the Score North app. Send it to Declan so we can get you scheduled sometime in the coming week. So, boys, once we pass the draft, the accountability session gets a little lighter until we get to some of the practices and training camp and whatnot.
Good.
So the only thing that came off the board was a Judd prediction. And this probably could have come off the board a while ago, but you correctly said Kevin O'Connell would have at least 2 coaches on his staff leave before the 2023 season. And so, like, leave is the word that I would have probably fought you on. Like, Ed Donatil didn't leave. He was pushed.
I think he had more than 2, though, who left for other jobs. So
there was like 5 that left for other jobs. And some of them were like lower level, trying to get up, move up the ladder.
But they left.
But this hit, yep, they left willingly, and you got a correct completion here. So congratulations. Nothing came off the board for me, the listeners, or for Deck's tweets. And so the 2023 stats are as such. Declan leads with a 43.8% completion percentage. I lead with 4 touchdowns. and I'm second in completion percentage, just ahead of Judd. I'm at 35.7%. Judd's at 32%. Listeners at 27%. The touchdowns are me with 4, Judd with 3, Declan with 2, listeners with 1. The all-time stats compiled since 2021. Declan with a completion percentage lead of 36% over Judd at 34.7. I'm at 32.5. Listeners at 23.4. But listeners are second in touchdowns, but a long way behind old Macadac. Old Johnny Hightops slinging the ball down the field with
Jameis
37 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's all right. Bow down to your touchdown master. All right. That's enough of the accountability session here. Let's get our guy Austin in here, guest listener predictor. He's skipping out on college class. Are you done with classes and now you're just like studying for tests and finals and things?
Completely done classes and everything. I've graduated. I'm finishing out my assistantship contract, so dipping out of a meeting right now.
Okay, skipping out on a meeting then. So
No big deal right there.
We're not going to get you in trouble or anything, are we?
No, I would hope not, but glad to be here. Excited to, hopefully add to that completion and touchdown percentage. Throw some darts down the field.
Representing the North Carolina branch of the Purple Daily Leadership Committee here.
Yes, sir.
So, Austin, what brought you to Vikings fandom? What was your give our audience a little taste of your historical fan timeline?
Yeah, so it was about 2009, the old Brett Favre season. Had like no interest in football up until that point, but we had a family friend over one night and we just threw on ESPN, and I think it was like the Week 1 Browns game where Adrian Peterson popped off, and it was Brett Favre's first game in the Vikings uniform. So I was like, oh, that looks pretty cool. So started watching that season, had my heart broke, of course, at the end of that season, and I've just been loyal ever since. A lot of purple pain, but it really started in 2009.
I think that's the season that put Judd's Vikings media career kind of on the map there too. All the chaos that in 2010.
Oh, the Favre, the Favre stuff. But that Browns game was a fun game, fun start.
Oh, yeah.
Peterson was phenomenal. I think that run that he basically bowled over, I think it was a couple of Browns. I think that was the one that was on the cover of SI the next week, right?
Yeah. He shoved, he definitely stiff-armed a Browns defender out of bounds at one point. Yeah, he was running down the sideline and stopped and just like threw a guy out of bounds and then continued on his way down the field.
It was awesome.
It was a lot of fun to watch.
Percy caught a touchdown.
Yeah.
First game. That was, fun.
Percy going to play? Maybe. Shank got a shoulder? Maybe. So, all right, here's how it's going to work. We're going to start with Austin, over to Judd, Declan, and then me. 3 trips around the room. The predictions must be football or show related. Those are pretty much the only parameters around here. So, down. Austin, fire away, man.
All right, fellas. Not sure if this is touchdown or completion. We'll talk about that later. But so I know the rumblings. Dalvin Cook getting traded. Even if he would still play in Minnesota, would he be RB1? I'm saying no, wherever he goes. My prediction is Dalvin Cook at the end of the season will have less rushing yards than quarterback Lamar Jackson.
Ooh, okay. So what's I think does Lamar have a 1,000-yard season? I think he kind of settles in close to 1,000 yards, right?
That sounds about right. I just think, Lamar's going to come out firing, trying to really show off in the last couple of years of him, still being young, being able to, put guys on skates. I think Dalvin Cook has really regressed. I don't think he's going to play a whole 17 games. You don't have to write that down, but I think wherever he is going to have less rushing yards than Lamar Jackson.
All right. Okay.
Write that down.
All right, Judd.
All right. As we discussed at the top of the show, I am going to make 3 predictions that are all schedule related since it's coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I'm going to hold to, obviously, the Zolgadian schedule that was released on Tuesday that the National Football League really should follow. And any of you that didn't like that episode.
First of all, the episode approval rating was very, very good. So you're renewed for another mock next year.
I'm criticizing the critics because the rest of us thought it was great stuff. Write this down. The Vikings will open the regular season at Denver. The Vikings will, now I said off the record, prime time, Monday night. I don't know about that. But I'm going to have them opening the regular
I gotta
season.
call you on this one because I don't know why you're hung up on this, but I was going through our predictions for the week, and you already have that as a prediction from like weeks ago.
I do?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll double down on it.
You
I
said
do? I didn't even look it up because I assume I never thought I did.
I'll just give you here's a string of Judd predictions from several weeks ago.
Oh yeah, no.
You said Ezekiel Elliott will sign with the Falcons.
March
you
29th.
had the Colts will acquire Lamar Jackson, and then the Vikings will open the season in Denver. This is now the third time you've made that prediction if you count.
I totally forgot about it. Okay, so in prime time.
You really think that this is going to happen, though?
That's really weird. I didn't even search for that because I had completely forgotten about it. Okay, so I will add on to it and say, because I do need to then add on to it. We'll open the regular season at Denver in prime time.
If you tell us the Jets will be featured on Hard Knocks in 2023, we're going to have to talk about your flair.
I love how you say that's really weird. I didn't even look it up. As in, I don't think that's weird. I think that's your own problem for not looking it up.
Well, I ordinarily though think if I predicted something, I do the old Control F, right? And I look at like Denver, and I'm like, oh yeah, I predicted that. I'm not going to obviously do that a second time. I didn't even think of that. I'm glad.
So you're adding to it. So you're saying it's okay. We're building on a previous prediction.
Yes, that I can do.
Okay.
But yes,
you're putting more into the stock of Vikings playing Denver in week 1.
Exactly. That's a really weird. I didn't realize I was that hung up.
I think you should. Your next two predictions should also build on it. So you should have something like and Russell Wilson. You should just play the game out. Russell Wilson will go over 200 yards in the first half.
He'll start.
I don't know. Who is
Drew Brees? Drew Brees will start for Sean Payton in Denver.
That's Drew Brees music.
By God,
that's Drew Brees music.
Well, Phil, I appreciate the catch. Thank you.
Yep, no problem. We got your back here. All right, Declan,
I will not lash out.
All right, I'm actually going to buy some Judd schedule stock here.
All right.
So write this down. At least 3 of Judd's mocked games with the correct times will be on the Vikings schedule. I'm going to go I'm not just going to go 3 games. I'm going to put the times. This is basically a 6-item parlay if you really want to go down that way.
God, that's a whole.
So Judd will have.
Would it be a touchdown without the time thing on here? I think if you nail 3 of them without the times, but I mean it's already on the record here.
No, I want this on the record. I want a deep shot here. So Judd will have at least 3 of Judd's games that he mocked will be correct and with the correct times. Judd gave me the times. Dude. He gave all those times. I want to buy some Judd stock here. That's what I'm doing.
I appreciate your faith in me, but you are on a ledge. Whew.
This is very risky because if you nail 3 games and 2 of the times are right, but 1 time is a little off, it's a noon game instead of a 3 o'clock game, then this is it's time to play the game.
Unbelievable. Vikings win.
Okay, write this down. I also have 3 schedule-related predictions. The Vikings will play a Thursday game against the Green Bay Packers. I don't think Packers-Vikings, because there's no Aaron Rodgers anymore, and Cousins isn't one of the marquee. Although they're featuring him on the Netflix doc, he might be like the F1 thing where he's like the Joel Dahman. They did the golf documentary.
Typical hater, Mackey.
I'm saying that I don't know that game anymore without Aaron Rodgers is a Sunday night game, or it might be a Monday night game, but it's definitely a Thursday night primetime game waiting to happen. And I believe the last time those 2 teams played each other on a Thursday night, wasn't it the Tavares Jackson game from 2006? Or have they played a Thursday night game since then? Where T-Jack was playing in the rain, it was like his first meaningful time?
Yeah, it was It was like a 9-6 loss, right? And I think that the touchdown was like Fred Smoot returned a pick for a touchdown and tried to do a Lambeau leap and got beer dumped on his head. It was a beautiful thing.
If I remember right, I think they played in 2014, and that was the last start by Christian Ponder because Teddy was hurt and he had a foot injury, and it was a short week. And I believe the Packers just whooped the Vikings in Lambeau on a Thursday night.
I think you might be correct there. So let's see here. Thursday, October 2nd, 7:26 p.m. Eastern time, according to Central Time, according to Pro Football Reference. And the Vikings lost that game 42-10 to the Green Bay Packers. Wow, Declan with a steel trap memory here. Christian Ponder. Oof.
Oh, you don't have to look this up. That's okay.
No, we're already down the path.
Now
Christian
we're down.
Ponder had a 45.8 passer rating, 22 of 44 for 222 yards, no touchdowns, 2 interceptions, sacked 6 times in that game. Oof. Can you guys tell me who led the Vikings in receptions in that game, 2014?
Greg Jennings, was he?
He caught 2 passes.
Charles Johnson.
That's a good guess.
It's a great guess. He did not. He caught 1 pass.
Right?
Jarius Wright caught 3 passes. Adam Thielen.
Oh
wow.
2014.
How quickly we forget about great Carolina Panthers.
Write this down.
All right, back to Austin for your second prediction.
All right. I love the Monday night picks. The Thursday night picks. That really took me back there. So next pick is it's a Viking risk here, but I think that Jaren Hall is going to get regular season snaps. So write it down. Jaren Hall will get regular season snaps. It might be another classic Week 17 playing the Bears at Soldier Field or US Bank, and we're just run up the score playing backups maybe even, or if it's like mid-season again, scores up, or maybe we're down and we just got to give him some play time. But I think he'll get maybe one drive if anything, but I think he's going to get regular season snaps. I think Kevin O'Connell is really going to say show me that you have the chance to maybe be the guy. I don't need to write this down, but I don't think that he is the guy. But I think he's going to give him a chance.
Okay. All right. So quick question here. The Vikings, not all teams keep 3 quarterbacks on the roster, but is Jaren Hall a guy that they would try and sneak through to the practice squad, Judd, or is he a guy that you probably have to roster going into the season?
So that's a good question. I think he would probably be kept at least on the roster to start. Yeah. That's my guess.
Yeah, 5th round pick, mobile, good leader.
I don't think you take the chance.
No. All right, back to Judd here for your second prediction.
All right, speaking of one Adam Thielen, the Vikings game against Carolina will be a Thursday night game. The Vikings game against Carolina, it just makes too much damn
Feels
sense.
like a Thursday game.
Yeah, because it's probably, it's got enough storylines to be a primetime game, but is it really a primetime game? Well, when that's the question, it becomes a Thursday primetime game.
And like if you're the networks or if you're the league, you definitely want Bryce Young playing under the spotlight a little bit because he's your number 1 overall pick, but you're also not totally sure if those games are going to be competitive. So the best primetime hedge is a Thursday night game.
Yes.
I could see the Panthers on 2 different Thursday night games because you can do multiple Thursday night games now as of this year.
You can do 2. And yes, that makes perfect sense. Panthers, like the Titans, strikes me as a perfect twice on Thursday night. Coming up next, it's the Titans.
I could see a game where somehow it's like a triple threat match on a Thursday night where it's the Jaguars, Titans, and the Panthers. They somehow get all 3 of those teams in.
I'd love that.
Write this down.
See what happens. All right, Declan.
All right, I'll give you a primetime one too. Write this down. The Vikings will have a primetime game against an AFC North team.
Okay.
I think outside of the Raiders, the other 3 teams in that division, you could all make a case, given their quarterback play, that they could be a primetime slot against the Vikings. So the Vikings will have a primetime game against an AFC North, or not AFC North. Wow, I'm wrong in the AFC. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
No.
I was gonna say the AFC West
here. Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
AFC
No. I was actually going to broach.
You were going to jump in and make the save.
It's a good faith mistake.
I was on a different planet there, so I would have let that one slide.
AFC
It's a good faith
West.
mistake.
Yes. So between
AFC
the Chargers, the Chiefs, the Broncos, I could see one of those 3 teams being in primetime. I'd be shocked if it was the Raiders. I guess it would be that could be a Thursday night game in Vegas. I guess that could be a.
Vikings fans wouldn't like that, right? Because you
I
want to
don't know.
go in
That
on
could be a
Friday
weekend, or do you want to fly in early on, take a 4-day weekend, fly in on Thursday?
Yeah.
Okay, now you're putting it in a context I didn't think of it.
I'd
Just
rather wrap
all
the back
weekend.
end of the week and come back fresh on maybe come back
you
on
wouldn't
Sunday.
You wouldn't come back fresh.
Well, if you came back on Sunday, but then like wouldn't you want to stay and watch football on Sunday in the sports books? But then 4 days in Vegas is kind of aggressive. Could go
I
either
think they
way on
play.
that.
I think you want a Sunday game, right? A Sunday game. You go in on Friday morning, just get hammered and gamble all weekend, and then you go to the game. Come back on Monday.
I'm gonna need Monday. I need
You're
a
not
recovery
fresh on
day
Monday.
for sure.
You're not
Yeah.
fresh on Monday.
Yeah, I was
dude.
Write this
I was
down.
a mess for 4 days after Vegas.
Yeah,
Need
there's
that
a lot of
recovery
great
day.
stories about guys going to airports and cabs, hanging out the window.
So I kind of feel like everyone's overestimating the Vikings' primetime appeal.
Mhm.
So I'm going to say this, write this down. The Vikings will be scheduled for 2 or fewer primetime games, meaning like nighttime starts.
Ooh.
2
Okay.
or fewer primetime games. I don't know if I see it. I don't think the
Really?
league, Justin Jefferson's a star, but not enough to get like 5 primetime games. So
No,
I'm
but
going to say 2
Three
or
or
fewer.
four? 3 or 4 I could see.
There's a lot
Is-
of interesting teams in the league. Look at the entire AFC.
Well, that's
You got to
true.
get you getting Cowboys, Eagles, Giants, big markets have to get some primetime run.
Yeah, but
You're
there's a
gonna-
lot of
you're-
prime time now, Phil. Monday nights, Sunday nights, Thursday nights. Like that's a lot of prime time to fill.
But there's always been Monday, Sunday, and Thursday primetime.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if I am, but the rule now starting this year is you don't have to give every team a primetime game. They've changed that rule, so we've eliminated some of the crap that
Yeah.
used to have to get the Thursday night games.
So you guys saying this is a touchdown pass if it happens? Sounds like
No.
Judd is.
No,
No.
I'm not. I'm talking about the schedule
sure?
release because I'm so excited about it.
It just seems like it would be a shock if they got 2 or fewer. So I just
Write this down.
angling
This-
for a.
This week has just turned into a lot of brawls here on this show, and I like it.
All right, Austin, what's your third and final prediction?
Third and final, taking it, right here in Minnesota, Justin Jefferson will have 2 touchdown passes caught before Jordan Addison catches his first touchdown in the NFL.
Like it. Good one.
Yeah, speaks for itself. I think JJ is just, going to be, I think he's going to be open because he's going to get single coverage because of Jordan Addison, KJ Osborne, and TJ Hawkinson. I can see it, I can see that happening in the same game, but that would be, that's a little too far. Not taking it there.
Austin.
Not quite.
No,
Not
you
quite.
got to say off the record, Austin.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
You got to say off the
is it
record.
too late?
No,
Is it
it's
too
off
late
the
to
record.
correct?
It's off the
off the record. I'm just saying. Like you got excited, you followed
right.
through, and I'm like, oh my god, touchdown!
I'm-
You got
I'm
to
with
be
you guys.
careful and write that down because anything you
Yep.
say can be binding. But
I'm
okay.
just, I'm hunting down the field.
Chase. I like it.
Love it, man.
Yeah.
Well, we'll let you get back to your meeting here, but before we let you go, since you've got this life-changing platform right now on Purple Daily, is there anyone you'd like to thank that helped bring you to this pinnacle moment?
Absolutely. I want to thank my 2 uncles, Brian and Wade, for just really helping uplift my love for football, teaching me how to throw, how to catch things like that, and just my siblings and my mom for really, bearing with and watching with me, letting me get excited and letting me know on Sunday afternoons when growing up. It was a lot of fun, and I'm really thankful for their influence. And just go Vikes. Thanks y'all for. I know I sent it in my message to Score North, but listening to Purple Daily really got me through all my office hours. So I just want to say thanks, and that doesn't stop here.
Awesome, man. Austin,
Thank you.
thank you. We appreciate it. Good luck with your predictions, and we'll get you on again sometime. All right, there he is, holding down the North Carolina chapter of the Purple Daily Leadership Committee.
Someone's got to do it. All right.
Yep. Before you make your next prediction, Judd,
Yes,
I think
sir.
you should tell the audience how they can lose weight here heading into the summer months.
Oh, that is a very simple plan. And guess what? It works thanks to my friends at Livia Weight Control Centers who helped me more than a year ago now drop 40 pounds. The most important thing, though, is they're going to help you keep that weight off. Their dietitians and nutritionists are outstanding. They're going to be with you every step of the way to help you keep the weight off after it comes off. And here is the deal right now. It is a great one. 3 months for free. That's right. The first 3 months. So you are going to go into summer looking great, feeling great. All those clothes that might not fit today are going to fit. And the first 3 months are free, plus a free gift during the Client Appreciation Week, which ends on Friday. So that is going on right now. So 3 months free, a free gift. 855-GO-LIVEA, Livia.com, LIVEA.com. That is your ticket to a new you.
By the way, once in a while, you can eat responsibly and still lose weight. And that's a good segue into a new partner here. New partner alert on Purple Daily. 3 Jack in the North Loop. Declan, this is, I think, now one of our favorite new places. The combination of amazing food, drink, and golf simulators. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah, those are all my favorite things. In fact, when we met our friend Lucy there, she even said in the simulator, you can put the Vikings game on. So imagine that. Maybe
on the simulator screen.
And I just want to, you really want to drill Kirk Cousins with a golf ball, which I've thought about doing on my own television before. You can now do that if you want at 3 Jack. Well, you snack these great food options too. There's plenty of great options at 3 Jack. You can go to 3jack.com to reserve your bay now. They also have memberships. They have league play too. So I know it might be spring and summertime, but at the same time, you can still get in on some golf swings, maybe on your lunch break, right? Go down there and hit some golf balls. Enjoy some great food on 3 Jack. Hell, the patio is one of my favorite spots to just belly up myself for a nice cold one in the hot sun. Go to 3jack.com. Go check them out at their North Loop location.
Yes. So
Write this down.
we're pumped to have them on board here. Support our sponsors if you can. It helps keep the lights on here at Score North and Purple Daily. All right, Jed, what's your third and final prediction?
Okay, I have been inspired by Austin's last prediction to audible out of the schedule prediction and actually make a Jordan Addison prediction of my own.
Oh, you're not doing 3
I'm
schedule.
audibling.
Oh my god.
No, I'm not.
Alert.
Blue
alert.
80, blue 80, green 80. Set. Okay, here it is. Jordan Addison's first catch as a Viking will go for 20 or more yards.
Oh.
Jordan Addison's first reception as a member of the Vikings will go for 20 or more yards. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, we're talking explosive play.
Explosive play. Maybe some yak.
Could be some yak too. Either way, it would be an
We'll have to
explosive
wait
play.
and see, but it's still an
Yak.
explosive play. Yak is explosive.
It can be explosive.
Write this down.
Okay. I'm curious to know what your third, just off the record, or if you want to put the fourth predictions out. I mean,
It was going to be a Chiefs Vikings one. I'm fine with it.
Okay.
I much prefer this one.
Okay.
All right, Dex.
All right, write this down. One more schedule prediction from me. The Vikings will get exactly 1 Monday game, 1 Sunday night game, 1 Thursday night game. They will get exactly one of those 3. So anything more or anything less, this does not count. So they will get a Monday game, a Thursday game, and a Sunday night game. Write it down. Nothing more, nothing less.
An exacta for old
Nice.
Dex.
Nice.
Okay. All right. I'm trying to figure out what to do with this one here. I'm gonna parlay because I kind of want to take Judd's Chiefs
down.
Vikings one here since he's not going to. I'm gonna parlay these two things together. I think if these two both hit, this would be a touchdown because it's a parlay. So write this down. The Vikings will either open or close the season against the Lions.
Mm-hmm.
That's part one.
Mm-hmm.
And the game against the Chiefs will be either a standalone game. I'll say this. The game against the Chiefs won't be a noon game. So it'll either be a primetime game or it'll be like a featured 3 o'clock or 3:25 situation on Fox or CBS.
Okay.
So they're either going to open or close the season versus the Lions. And as part of the parlay, they will play the Chiefs not at noon. Write it down. And there we go.
Write this down.
Those are the predictions for the week here. The only show in America, this Purple Daily, and also our other daily show, which is Minnesota Sports with Mackie and Judd. That's where you get we got predictions still in the archive that go back like 7 or 8 years because we didn't put end dates on them. I should read through some of those. Like I have one that says the Twins will pluck someone from the Chicago Cubs front office, but I didn't put an end date on it. So it just like sits there until.
Oh,
we
that's
should almost
when
make a rule where there's like a
Epstein's
cleanup.
assistant was
Yeah,
right.
think so.
There were a bunch of speculation about him being hired by teams as GM.
Yeah, you have a couple on there
Oh yeah,
that
I
go
like
back
to do
like
that.
6 or 7 years. So we
Yeah.
can do some cleanup at some point. But anyhow, if you could, by the way, if you're watching us on the Purple Daily YouTube channel, if you could click subscribe and the like button, it helps spread the word about this awesome community that you guys are helping us build. And the same goes for if you listen on Apple. If you can give us a 5-star rating and a positive review on Apple Podcasts, it also helps us climb the charts and spread the word, etc. So, all right, boys, good stuff here. Happy schedule eve in the National Football League.
Pretty excited.
Let's get it.